As most of you know by now, there are a handful of named items in this game that are must-haves for your inventory, and the Dark Winter without a doubt is one of them. Now, I did put out a farming video about a month ago, going over the different ways you could hopefully get that weapon to drop. Now, in the comment section of that video, you, my YouTube family, did bring another method to my attention, so I wanted to go over that really quick, and as always, answer some of the questions you've sent the channel. What's up, my YouTube family? Welcome back to the Gaming Brigade, and as I said a moment ago, this is all about farming for the Dark Winter and the different ways you can hopefully pick the thing up. Now, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well, and we are having a giveaway for an Xbox Series S, but I will save that info until the end of the video. Now, you can see on the screen, and this is from footage about a week ago, but I took out one of the targets in the current season, Auntie, and when I did, you can see she dropped the Dark Winter SMG. And one thing I want to mention is that I ran this mission on challenging difficulty, which I believe is the lowest one that you can run, but for those of you out there who cannot run something on heroic, you can still get this to drop. Now, the best thing about this is actually a way to get this in the open world where you do not need to go into the dark zone, you do not need to buy a ton of named caches and roll the dice, and those are great ways as well. And we will touch base on that a little bit later in the video, but this is the only way that I'm aware of that you can actually get it to drop in the open world. Now, for those of you that may want to try to farm these targets again, remember you always have the option of resetting the entire season so those targets do become available, and again, it's another way to possibly get this to drop, so if you want to give it a shot. At the very bottom of the page, you can see there's a prompt that says reset manhunt campaign. You can do that, and when you do, you'll see the map once again show all of the different targets. Now, that does mean you're going to need to once again complete all of the different side missions to unlock the targets themselves, but if you set the thing to normal difficulty, you can pretty much rip through it and get to the target in probably 20-25 minutes, something like that, because there aren't that many things you need to do to get to the manhunt targets themselves, and again, it does give you 4 different opportunities to get this in the open world. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there are other ways to obviously pick it up as well. We have the dark zone, we'll get into that in a moment, but we also have the countdown vendor, and on a weekly basis, the countdown vendor can have a dark zone exclusive, and you'll see as we roll up this week, it's a claws out holster, and this does rotate on a weekly basis, so hopefully one week soon they will actually have it for sale, and as always, if they do, I promise to let you know. Another way to get a dark zone exclusive in this game is to buy named caches because they can contain them as well. And what's great about the countdown vendor is these are for sale all the time. Now, it will require some countdown resources, which means you obviously need to play countdown, do a few runs, buy some caches, and hopefully you get lucky. And remember, my friends, it is pure luck because in these named caches, it is every named item in the game. So it really does boil down to luck sometimes. I've heard from people saying they were able to pick it up. Others have bought countless caches and nothing as yet. Now, as far as the named caches go, there are other ways to earn them. And as you can see on the screen, we are less than 4 days away from the final global event in the season. It is Golden Bullet, and by far the most popular one. And what's great about these events is that you can earn stars. With those stars, earn named caches as well. And keep in mind, the odds of you getting a Dark Winter from a named cache if you buy it in Countdown or if you buy it with stars are exactly the same, but it does give you a different option, so that way you can actually farm differently and hopefully finally get this weapon. Last but not least, you can obviously buy this from the Dark Zone vendors if they have them for sale on a current week. Now, that does require DZ resources, and a while back I put out a video on different ways you could pick those up, and I will put a link to that in the video description down below. I sincerely hope it helps you out, and as always, if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please let me know and I will do my best to get back to you as quick as I can. Now, as I start to wrap this video up, the one thing I want to make sure I mention is, to the best of my knowledge, the only way to get this weapon to drop in the open world is from going after those manhunt targets. I've never seen it anywhere else in all of the hours of farming I've done, and I do not want to see you spinning your wheels. I've heard some people say they've gotten it from Countdown. I've never seen that before. I've never seen it drop from a regular NPC, and if you happen to have had that, please feel free to let me know in the comments section down below, because most of you know my main goal here is to make sure I give you accurate information. I do not want you wasting your time, and like I said earlier, if you have any other questions or comments, please let me know. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, we are currently having a giveaway for an Xbox Series S. To enter, all you need to do is subscribe here or follow on Twitter, and the winner will be announced August 1st of this year. On that note, I want to take a moment as always and thank you all for your incredible support of this channel. We just cracked 50,000 subs, which is absolutely insane. I owe it all to you, my Division and YouTube family, and I cannot wait to continue to bring you more content in the future. Like I said at the beginning of this thing, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well, but most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.
Information stored on a military-grade laptop in the main holding area downstairs. Your goal is a collection of transcripts and notes from months of prisoner interrogation. Information stored on a military-grade laptop kept in the main holding area downstairs. The first priority is to release the prisoners to keep the True Sons busy. You'll be looking for some kind of security terminal. Security terminal should be somewhere nearby. Look around. Active terminal detected. Sounds promising. Find it